Hey, what up, nerds? It's your boy Fuego, and just finished the Kamigawa Neon Dynasty pre-release last night, and did pretty good. Went 4-0, which doesn't normally happen because we have a pretty strong player pool at my LGS. So, got kind of lucky, got some good pulls, and put together a pretty fun ninja deck. So, just had a good time and thought I'd share the deck that I put together. And maybe we'll crack a couple packs here. But I just wanted to break down what worked so well at the pre-release. So it ended up going black-green. That's going to be trouble. Alright. So, let's try. There we go. 1-1 Death Touch. Always a good start. Dockside Chef. Just another, early game. You can get a little value off of creatures that are dying. Go Shintai of Boundless Vigor. I really wish I'd picked up more shrines in my kit, just because the payoff would have been better. But honestly, just letting this thing build up until it was a threat really wasn't bad. It did a little bit of work. And the Ninja Turtle here, it's fine. It can sneak in and blow up one of their sagas or their vehicles. So this was actually it's a pretty solid 2-drop. Inkrise Infiltrator. This is key for the ninja. You want to have some evasion, and flying was really nice. This is a cheap creature to drop out. It gets in, and then you can ninjutsu something better in and play this again pretty easily for only 2 mana. So this is nice. In the ninja deck, you definitely want to have a couple of flyers or something that you can be sure is going to get across. And I was lucky enough to get 2 of those. Leech Gauntlet. Lifelink played a huge role. At no point did I reconfigure it, although I think it's a kind of cool mechanic. Just to get some extra value. If the creature dies, you still have the original creature. So yeah, lifelink, super good. That's one of the best abilities, I just think. Alright. Undercity Scrounger did nothing for me. This was kind of a bunk card. I needed something in the 3-drop spot. I mean, it works fine against aggro because it has a big booty that can stop some creatures, but yeah, I never really used its ability. It was just an extra body on the field, I guess. Biting Palm Ninja, solid. This is one of the rares that helped me go into black. A 3/3 menace for 3 that can pick apart a hand. Solid. Very good. Did some good work. The Blade Blesser. Honestly, I wasn't sure if this was going to be good, but there are so many enchantments. The enchantment creatures, auras, the sagas, and tons of artifact creatures, and vehicles that this often had either Death Touch or Menace or both, which is perfectly good keywords. Attacking for 3 Menace is pretty good. So this one ended up working out pretty well for a common. The Preserver, again, I thought maybe a 3/3 for 4 that puts a counter on something. It's good. Wasn't sure if it was great, but in the right moment, doing the channel to put to put a +1 counter on 2 creatures, actually ended up changing the tides of a few combats. So this was just a good option with the channel, and if I needed a body, also good. So the Jukai Preserver, pretty good. I got 2 of them. Mukotai Ambusher, again, lifelink. The ninjutsu for 2. Swing in with something like the little flyer, and then they let it through. 2 mana, bam, you've got 3 lifelink. That's a life swing of 6 points. So you go up 3, they go down 3. This did some of the best work. And it's a common. I mean, if you're going for a ninja type deck, you want to pull a few of these in a draft or sealed. Springleaf Avenger. This one won me a couple of games throughout the night. So, 5 mana for a 6/5. Okay. But the ninjutsu's only 4. And so a lot of times when I was kind of starved on mana and I just needed to get a little bit more, as soon as I hit 4, if I had this guy, one of my creatures is getting through. They think they're going to survive it, and then all of a sudden they're taking 6 damage instead of 1 or 2. This was a great surprise. Not to mention, when you do sneak it in and it actually deals combat damage, you can get a permanent from your graveyard to your hand. So whatever good thing that they killed, you're getting back, which is great. So it's great card advantage. It's a surprise 6 damage. This closed out a couple games. Great rare to have. Also helped me go into the green color. And this is the one that decided it. This picked my colors. Junji the Midnight Sky. 5/5 Flying Menace. Absolutely. Just that. 5/5 for 5 Flying Menace. Great. But then also making your opponent discard cards and lose life, or getting another creature back onto the battlefield. Really solid. Although I will say, as far as removal in this, a lot of times it was just getting locked down under some white enchantment, so I didn't get the death triggers. So just be aware that not all removal is death, and sometimes it just gets locked down, and it sits there and does nothing. So you can't always count on the death trigger, but I think just on its face, having a big flying menace body is good enough. And, oh, the blank spot. Alright, in this blank spot, I did have the 4/4 flying Death Touch legendary dragon. So I got super lucky in my pulls to pull 2 great bombs for the set. I just ended up giving it to a friend after the match for his commander deck. So just imagine that beautiful green dragon is there. This one, at no point did I play or cast this card. This is probably garbage. I just wanted some good top end, even though I had other bombs. And I have a bunch of +1 counter type spells in this. So I thought I'd be able to get it out a little bit cheaper, but it just never ended up happening. I didn't quite think it through that I was playing mostly an aggro deck, and this is much better for a game that's going to go long. And pretty much the game was always closed out before I got the chance to play this. So, alright, Skyscraper. Solid. This is kind of fun. So either you kill something small early game, that way you can keep your pressure on, or if they've got some big vehicle that is going to be hard for you to kill, you can drop this on it, and it's going to always deal 1 damage to them and keep it from blocking, which is nice. Great spell for black in the common slot. This does a lot of heavy lifting. I wish I'd pulled a couple of these, but +1 and lifelink until end of turn, and then when it dies, return it to the battlefield. So, yeah, I mean, you have some big body that they multi-block to try and kill. Boom, now all of a sudden you're gaining a bunch of life, you're killing their stuff, and you get your creature back. This thing is phenomenal. I mean, most sets have something similar to it in black. This is kind of a standard type thing now, but yeah, if you're playing black, you want as many of these as you can get. Lethal Exploit. Another fantastic one. Through most of the games, a lot of my creatures end up with counters, either Menace or Death Touch or +1 counters. And so I was able to take care of some pretty big problems with just this. Solid removal. Solid battle trick. Green doing what green does best. Making creatures hurt your opponent's creatures. Better than a fight card because it's just one-way damage. Yeah, you need as much removal as you can get, right? This is a fairly creature-heavy set, so removal is king. This card, Teachings of the Kirin. I mean, it's probably trash, right? I think it's trash. And then it ended up doing so much for me. I ended up with it in my opening hand most of the games. So I thought it was going to be trash. I put it in just because it does several things for 2 mana. But mill 3 cards and get a spirit. Okay. Well, the milling 3 cards is really good because I've got a couple of things that recur from the graveyard that I can bring creatures back. So having more creatures in the graveyard actually isn't a bad thing. Put a +1 counter on something. Great. That's a modification and helps with some of the other spells. And then it turns into Kirin Touched Orochi, which is awful. It is a 1/1, but when it attacks, you can make a spirit or put a +1 counter on something, as long as there's stuff in graveyards to exile. And I thought, there's no way this is good. They're always going to kill it. Turns out, being able to just drop a +1 counter on something, also good. If it lives, if they don't block that for some reason, you keep doing it. This ended up doing quite a bit of work in the deck. And I was lucky enough to get 2 Teachings of the Kirin, which isn't the most common thing since it's a rare, but I thought this was trash. And it's actually pretty solid for 2 mana. Early game, it just kind of gives you a little bit of a board state, buffs something up, gives you another body. So this ended up doing quite a bit of work. Azusa's Many Journeys. Yeah, another 2 mana saga. I thought it was fine. I didn't get it too often. But boom, extra land, gain 3 life, and a 3/3. It never really, the untapping 3 lands never really came into play, but for 2 mana, you gain 3 life and get a 3/3 even if you don't have an extra land to play. It's not bad for 2 mana. These sagas are actually pretty solid. And then here's my other graveyard recursion, Okiba's Salvage. Bring something back. Fantastic. I mean, you play a bomb, they kill your bomb, you bring the bomb back. This was a great card to have. It's uncommon. Hopefully you can pick it up in your drafts. But great. And then, of course, a Sweet Land. I got lucky to get something in color and, your normal amount of land. So that was my black-green ninjas, and it stomped. It did really, really well. I was kind of surprised. I typically don't, ace these pre-releases, but this was a good one. And ninjas, and the combination of sneaking ninjas in, having lifelink on a few things, and then finishing things off with a couple of big dragons, just did great. So that was my first go at playing sealed Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. And ended up with a bunch of prize packs, most of which are going into the pack vault, but I wanted to open something, so there's still plenty of cards I haven't picked up. I would love to get the new Jin-Jitaxis. That would be excellent. So what's up with this pack? Token was on the wrong side. All right. March of Otherworldly Light. All right. So it's the draft pack, I guess. It's the where everything's rares first, but that's cool art. That's fun. Kind of wild. I hadn't seen that particular. I guess that's the showcase art. Reinforced Ronin. Hey, 2/2 for 1 with haste. Oh, this actually seems really good. I have not seen this guy before. That's fantastic. Bronze Cudgels. Okay. And a shrine that makes spirits. Great. I sacrifice a creature or discard a card. This feels like it has some potential. Defender, Samurai, Samurai, and then we're in the commons. Okay. Alright. Well, let's open up a Seiju or Jin-Gitaxias. Let's see. Spirit. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I haven't gotten the black land yet. I love these lands. These are fantastic. The only problem is you need to get a bunch of them if you... because I feel like it's not a good one just to have one in the deck. You pretty much have to have all the land in the deck be the Kamigawa lands. And Lion Sash. Exile target card from a graveyard. If it was a permanent card, put a +1 counter on Lion Sash. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each +1 counter on Lion Sash. Alright. Sure. Maybe that's good. I don't know. Oh, snap! Well, there's the green dragon that I had in my deck, and now I got it back. Awesome. So this did some work. I think this is probably one of the weakest of the of this cycle of the dragons. But I mean, getting a 4/4 flying death touch, great. When it dies, search your library for up to 3 land cards and put them into your hand. That feels like I don't need that. If you've got the 5 to play it, do you need 3 more? Maybe in Commander, that would be good. But I think most of the time you're going to create a spirit token that's at least a 5/5 and then more. Alright, so Kira the Boundless Sky. That was a good pack. I picked the right one. Alright. Upriser Renegade. Clocks Chiming. Because I have so many clocks in this stupid house. Alright. Dragon Spark Reactor. Web Spinner Cuff. I haven't seen that. Lackluster. Life of Toshiro Umezawa. Creature gets +2/+2. Creature gets -1/-1. You gain 2 life. Wow, this has options. Alright. Let's take a look at what it flips into. Memory of Toshiro. Pay 1 life. Add black mana to cast instant sorceries. I like the modal for 1 and 2 where you can do whatever you need at the moment. So it's never going to be just bad. That seems really good. Seems really good. Clocks. Alright. Seven-Tail Mentor. It seemed half the decks were playing this when I was going up against him. A lot of people were playing white. Master's Rebuke and some commons. Man. Very cool. That was a good pack. Kira. Got my land. Lion Sash. Maybe you're good. I'm not sure. Alright. Well, I've got something special today. I am joined with by my assistant and nerd in training, little Fuego Jr. here, and he's not into Magic, but he's into Pokemon. What's up, dude? Come on over. Ready to open up some Pokemon? Yeah? All right. Crack that pack. That's one of the new ones. Sword and Shield Fusion Strike. Let's see what we get. Let's see if we can get something fun. Let's see if we can open the pack. Yeah, the first side doesn't work. Try the other side. Need a hand, dude? I apologize. This must be difficult to watch. The frustration. We've all been there. The packs that just don't open. Let's see. There we go. I do collect some Pokemon packs, but I don't typically open them. Yeah, we got our code card. Yeah. Let's see what the good cards are. We've got Gliscor. Glizzor. All right.
Sweet.
Next up, we've got a trainer card, Chili and Ceylon and Cress.
Wow, 3 traders.
3 trainers.
Wow.
And another trainer, Schoolboy.
Oh,
Okay.
he's a boy that goes to school.
That is a schoolboy, a boy that goes to school.
Oh.
Energy.
Yep.
Gotta have your energy. Ooh. Show that. Here, let's hold it up a little bit. We got Arcanine. That is our rare. Excellent. Oh, snap. We got a shiny. What is that? Breloom? Breloom? Yeah, we got to show off the shiny. Look at that. Look at how shiny that is. All right.
Definitely have to put that in his sleeve.
That is correct. See, you got to teach these nerds right. It's a foil card. You got to put it in the sleeve. What do we got there? Sandygast? I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen that.
That's a new one for you?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, we don't need to put all the other cards that are just not shiny in those packs.
That's right.
In the sleeves. Ooh, another one.
Stuffle. Well, that's cute.
Yeah, that's a cuter one than all my other Stuffles.
You gotta hold it up higher here. Let's see. Sizzlepede.
Ooh.
Not excited by Sizzlepede? Hold it up. Darumaka? Yeah, another new one for me. I literally don't know any of them past the OG 150. And we've got Rookidee. Hey, very cool, dude. That Arcanine's cool. That's a good rare. All right. Well, thank you for joining us for some opening and letting me talk about my awesome deck that did great. And if you want to see more openings and more Magic content, maybe some stuff from conventions, why don't you give me a follow, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks.